Three things never return: word, time, and the chance. Thus, don't waste time, pick your words carefully, and don't pass up the chance. You're ahead of them if they spit at you behind your back. When we recognize that we only have one life, the second one begins. Men's disease is that they go to weed other people's fields while ignoring their own. Dig 2 graves before you set out on a revenge quest. There is only one lesson in winning, but there are 1,000 in losing. You are living in the past if you are depressed. You are living in the future if you're anxious. You are living in the now when you are at peace. One step starts a journey of 1,000 miles. Instead of trying to believe that we are happy, we go to more lengths to convince others that we are. A man in good health has a lot of desires. A sick man only desires one. Try to get your mind straight. You won't do anything bad if you don't think bad thoughts. Both the man who says he can and the man who says he can't are right. Learn as though you are constantly aware of your ignorance and as though you are constantly terrified of forgetting what you know. When your door is dirty, don't be critical of your neighbor's roof for having a lot of snow. You've lost if you hate. Being betrayed by our friends is less embarrassing than mistrusting them. Be strong when you're weak and appear weak when you're strong. A man's enemy is the one who flatters him. He is the one who makes him aware of his shortcomings. The worst kind of cowardice is to see what is right, but not do it. The rest of the world refers to what the caterpillar calls the end as a butterfly. A person who tries to take 2 roads at once will not succeed. A person who is content with their circumstances is wealthy. The good person makes use of things. Things use the lesser man. Instead of using force, a leader sets an example. When submerged in salt water, even the best sword will eventually rust. Humans are inherently evil. Conscious action produces goodness. There is opportunity even in the midst of chaos. To guide others, follow them. Consider the repercussions when you become angry. You have to become your own worst enemy in order to understand them. You're in the wrong place if you're the smartest person there. As opportunities are taken advantage of, they multiply. Let go of the need to possess. The saddest people are also the funniest. I become what I might be when I let go of who I am. Carrying away small stones is the first step taken by the man who moves a mountain. The cost must be considered before deciding to fight. Hard and strong are defeated by soft and weak. Be so subtle that you lose all form. Be so enigmatic that you can't even hear. In this way, you can control the destiny of your opponent. The truth is not nice. Words that are pleasant are not true. One who not only wins, but excels at winning effortlessly, is what the ancients referred to as a clever fighter. You will become their prisoner if you live for other people's approval. In the past, people disliked talking a lot. They thought it was a disgrace to themselves that they couldn't keep up with their own statements. You must have confidence in yourself. Water is the softest and most pliable substance, but try to avoid it. The person with all the answers hasn't been asked all the questions. The flesh could go on and on without many things if the mind is willing. Be mindful of your thoughts. They turn into your words. Be careful what you say. Your actions become them. Be mindful of what you do. They turn into your routines. Be mindful of your habits. They take on the role of your character. Keep an eye on your character. It turns into your fate. Little forces can have a big impact. All extremes are avoided by the wise man. A man who retains his childlike heart is great. We disperse advice in buckets, but we take it in drops. Before you act, think things through. Managing people with a lot of knowledge is challenging. One should remain silent if their words are not preferable to remaining silent. The ultimate achievement is defeating the enemy without ever engaging in combat, not winning every battle. Even though nature takes its time, everything is completed. Don't do to others what you wouldn't want done to yourself. The wheels of justice turn slowly but smoothly. Man dies at birth. If you want to define the future, study the past. Loving your friend is simple, but loving your enemy can occasionally be the most difficult lesson to learn. Practice is the key to knowledge, which is the treasure. Bad habits can only be broken today, not tomorrow. Nobody knows, who speaks is unknown. A man who has nothing to lose is untrustworthy. You won't have to work a day in your life if you choose a career you enjoy. When it's easy, make plans for the difficult. While it is small, do what is great. People who talk a lot tend to fail. We insist on making life complicated even though it is actually quite simple. He will be weak if he deploys reinforcements everywhere. All over. Life is a sequence of impromptu and organic transformations. Don't fight them. That only leads to sadness. Let things be as they are. Allow events to unfold organically however they see fit. Consider tomorrow. The past cannot be changed. A friend who knows too much about you is an enemy. Strength comes from defeating others. Fearlessness is a result of self-actualization. A man can be fed for a day if you give him a bowl of rice. You can save his life by teaching him how to grow his own rice. Order gave rise to disorder. Courage gave rise to fear. Strength was the source of weakness. You will lose if you seek. You will find if you don't search. As long as you don't stop, it doesn't matter how slowly you move. A talented artist will not change his methods for the benefit of a foolish laborer. Watch out for poison sugar. Watch out for the fly that perched atop a lifeless snake. When a man has too much will to live, he dies easily. The benefits of war cannot be appreciated by someone who is unaware of its evils. Time is something that has been created. Saying, "I don't have time," is equivalent to saying, "I don't want to." An insignificant person places the blame on others, while a noble person places the blame on himself. Therefore, there are no constant conditions in warfare, just as water does not maintain a constant shape. Your bowl will spill if you fill it to overflowing. Your knife will become blunt if you continue to sharpen it. God never gave us siblings, but we have friends. Lighting a single tiny candle is preferable to cursing the dark. When attacked, any animal with horns on its head and blood in its veins will fight. The person on top is the one who knows and acts as though they don't. Whoever pretends to be knowledgeable while lacking knowledge is ill. I'll forget if you tell me. I might remember if you show me. I'll understand if you involve me. You will always be their prisoner if you give a damn about what other people think. Completing a task is similar to digging a well. Even if a well is dug 70 feet deep, it will remain an abandoned well if no water is found. It is possible for a loss to become a profit or a profit to become a loss. Wisdom starts with the sense of right and wrong. Having too many desires is the worst crime there is. Not being satisfied is the biggest disaster there is. Being covetous is the worst kind of misfortune. Instead of attacking the evil in other people, attack the evil within yourself. Pay attention to your thoughts because they are the starting point for actions. It is double the evil to complain about something unpleasant. To mock it is to ruin it. If someone offends you, you can always forgive them to move past it. We can acquire wisdom in 3 ways. The most honorable is through introspection. The simplest way is by imitation. The bitterest is by experience. Beautiful words are not always the truth, and the truth is not always beautiful. People's incapacity to do it causes them distress, but the fact that they don't is the issue. The person who irritates you controls you. Be happy with what you already have. Enjoy life as it is. The entire world is yours when you recognize that nothing is lacking. Roads weren't built for destinations. They were made for travel. Never say never because nothing remains the same and the days pass by so quickly. Your thoughts shape your life. We lose by gaining, and we gain by losing. You have to make time for reading, regardless of how busy you may feel, or you risk choosing ignorance on your own. I become who I can be once I break free from who I am. When you are understood, you are happy. Being loved brings you immense joy. Love is the source of true happiness. The first stage of virtue, which is the start of moral perfection, is temperance. There are times when we see a lot but miss the important thing. The snow goose can turn white without taking a bath. All you have to do is be who you are. A wise man is one who is aware of his ignorance. People will respect you if you respect yourself. Life doesn't believe in you if you don't have faith. When something is bad to one person, it can be good to another. I only have 3 lessons to impart: patience, simplicity, kindness. Your greatest treasures are these 3. Loving someone deeply gives you courage, and being loved deeply by someone gives you strength. Men seek it far away, but the way is close. It is found in simple things, but men look for it in challenging situations. Painful endings are used to mask new beginnings. Never forget kindness and forget injuries. Thus, the ever-wanting soul sees only what it desires, while the unwilling soul sees what is hidden. Though not everyone can see it, everything has beauty. The path of truth resembles a vast highway. Knowing it is not hard. The only bad thing is that people won't look for it. A man must have shame because it is shameful to be shameless. You will remain upright if you are bent. You will stay whole if you are empty. You will remain new if you are worn out. When a man chases to rabbits, he never gets both. The best asset is good health. The greatest treasure is contentment. The best friend is confidence. If a mountain trail is used, it quickly turns into a path. If it is not, grass quickly blocks it. Loving is hard, and hating is easy. This is how the entire system functions. Bad things are very easy to obtain, while all good things are hard to attain. The complete self sees without seeing, learns without learning, and achieves without doing. Without consideration, learning is a waste of effort. It is dangerous to think without learning. The quickest path to kindness is to do your best to treat people the way you want to be treated. Failure is just as dangerous as success. Hope is just as illusory as fear. Higher moral beings don't think of themselves as moral. As a result, their moral standards are the highest. A mistake is when you make a mistake and don't fix it. A sage who aspires to be superior to others places himself beneath them. He falls behind because he wants to be ahead of them. When someone offends you, their positive energy replaces your negative energy. What is the teacher of a good man who is also a bad man? What is the job of a good man but a bad man? Learn as if you were afraid of missing your goal and as if you were not accomplishing it. If you spend a lot of time alone, you will eventually come to terms with loneliness. If you fear solitude, you will never realize your full potential. Outwardly brave, Amun dares to die. A brave man dares to live. Courage is the ability to live. Our greatest accomplishment is not never falling, but rather getting back up after each setback. A great man abandons the unimportant and holds on to the essential. He always acts honorably, but he will never obey the law. Don't worry about nobody knowing you. Try to be interesting. You can accomplish anything if you don't fear death. Though modest in speech, the superior man goes above and beyond in his deeds. Anyone who rushes through a business endeavor in an attempt to get a result will fail. He who meticulously completes his work as he started will succeed. For a moment, the man who poses the question is a fool. A man is a lifelong idiot if he doesn't ask. You want sex less the more you don't have it. There is always truth spoken before its time.